So are you guys done screaming? Still some
Need some
excitement that you
water.
must have.
I say I'm parched.
I'm Tim.
I probably should go get some water
Yes, go get your sips of water.
because I'm
Stuff just
thirsty.
makes my
Shut
throat
up.
dry.
Shut up, Tim. Because I knew that's where you were going with this.
I wasn't going anywhere with it. You did that on your own. I'm just following up
Word.
with a laugh because that was funny. So go get your water.
I'm going to get my water.
All right, you do that.
Thank you. I will.
All right, this is ILNL.
Thank.
Welcome to ILNL. People are here virtually. It's crazy. I don't know what's up with the world, but we're still in different places. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Tim. What?
Hello, Chico.
What's up?
Hello, Kristen.
What it do, shout?
So did you and Chris call each other? It's like, hey, let's wear similar type clothes.
Nope.
No, great minds
It was
think
an-
alike.
It was our ancestors.
Well, hopefully the ancestors don't mind us getting started with this episode.
Oh my God, Tim.
I'm trying.
Did you?
No, you're not.
I'm trying.
I know. You always say you sorry. We don't believe you.
Whatever. It's
We
fine.
don't believe
It's
you.
fine. Here we
We're
go.
gonna start calling you Agnes. I don't
Here we
believe
go.
you.
Hey, it was Agatha.
It was Tim all along.
All
Agatha
along.
all
Tim all
along.
along. Yes.
All right, so talk about the ancestors. Ancestors. Wow, I need some water.
Look at you.
I'm waiting.
I don't.
Waiting
I
to see
don't
what
even
he's gonna
appreciate-
say about the ancestors.
So, praise to Prince, because you know
Nice.
he's not with us anymore.
Okay, I give you that one.
Thank
I
you.
give you that one.
All right, so Prince is now a part of the Joker gang, because of course he was one of the Jokers. Even though he didn't play a Joker, he played as a Joker for the Batman soundtrack. Super cool that he
Lucky
even
man.
has this type of recognition, because there's not really many performers that do songs on movie soundtracks that get that involved like the way that Prince did. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he do the whole soundtrack for the
He did
original
the
Batman
whole-
movie?
Yeah, for '89.
Soundtrack.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that he had, I can't remember what was the song that he
Party
did.
man.
Thank you. Where he actually did
Which
the
one
half.
Did you say?
Go ahead.
No, I just asked what Chico said.
Yeah.
Party man.
Oh yes.
Yeah. The whole thing of him doing the Joker dress, and he has his whole flair of what his version of Joker would be, and plus of course he had the awesome hair. So
And
turning
it
it
played in the background when Joker was going through the museum, I
right.
believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just all the things that embodied him like being a part of this movie without even being in the movie. I love that he's added into the lore that is the Joker gang. So let's go with our resident Batman fan to start this off. So what's your feelings, Kristen, on said new Joker?
Long time coming.
Hmm.
I'm look, I keep feeling like I'm stealing stuff from Chris. I'm here for it. Estoy aquí. I'm here. All right. So, what I love too is the fact that it is the Joker, because we know Prince and purple, and Joker is. Oh, nobody's gonna say it.
Well, the
Purple
crown
Superman?
prince of crime.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was like, oh, it fits. We got the purple, we got Joker, we got Prince. Yes, I love it all. It works together. And I know that it's not the same, but whenever I think of that song, the party song, I think of Let's Get Crazy. Like, I just always think of that from Prince. And so I just like that. I like that he's in there. I'm kind of wondering why they decided to do the makeup that they did. Because isn't it like,
Or
You mean his whole face instead of the half?
yeah.
Yeah, that kind of bothers me too. But I've started
well,
scrolling through the pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like they're bringing in Two-Face, so I think they don't want to confuse him.
exactly.
And
Okay.
it looks like they're
Okay.
using Billy B. Williams as Two-Face.
Oh, they're actually. Ooh. Okay. Because he
Yeah,
never got to be Two-Face. He just got to be Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. Billy D. Yes. That's another one.
Yeah.
OG.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you, Kristen.
Never mind. I can't make the comment. I like healthcare. All right. No, but I'm happy about it. The only thing that I wish is that it had been done while he was still alive. I just think that would have been great for him to be able to enjoy it while he's living. But you know,
Right.
he lives on through the music
And now
through the pages
Yep.
of Batman lore.
Yep. All right, Chico.
I'm liking it. Like Kristen, my only issue was his whole face. I'm still kind of confused with what they're doing because they're saying he's a henchman, but I've never seen a henchman like literally look exactly like Joker. So
Well, does he exactly look like Joker, or he looks like he's a part of Joker's gang?
green
He
hair,
looks pretty close to Joker.
completely white face, red lips. Yeah,
Mm,
It's not like the Batman trailer where, you know, you just got like the partial stuff of the kids. It's like, I mean, he's in purple. Like, just even starting with that, he looks more like the Clown Prince of Crime. Like, he looks like the Joker to me, and not like an imitation or uh I don't know. He doesn't look like a henchman. He looks like Joker is gonna send him in as like a patsy or what is it? I don't want to say a red herring, but like when you send somebody in who looks like you to make people think that it is you, but then you go and do something else. Like
a
what
decoy.
a decoy, thank you. I was gonna say like what Zemo did in Civil War, Captain America Civil War, where he looked like Bucky, but it wasn't Bucky. So he could set him up. That's why I'm wondering maybe it's that, like he's dressed like that because he's supposed to be a decoy.
mm-hmm.
Because it's just so close. It's so close.
Any other thoughts, Chico?
Well, I will more than likely be getting this book to read to see what they're doing with it. Looks like they're pulling a lot of characters from the movie, and they look pretty close to their counterparts. So it looks like it's going to be a fun book.
Chris.
Am you watching something?
I'm looking at the computer screen.
Oh, that's you. That's what I was like. I know. I heard sound. I was like, oh, is it my?
Maybe
Is
that
it
was
my?
me.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, I'm here for it. So,
Ta-da! Catchphrase.
so yeah, to see to see them pay such reverence to Prince and definitely Billy D, like yeah. Now, like you said, having him as a henchman, he's gonna be. He would have to be not necessarily taking Harley Quinn's place, but I can't see him being some minute character. Like, this is Prince.
Second in command or nothing.
Right. Like, I can see him as being second in command, but just seeing him as a regular henchman, nah.
I'm I think I follow along with what Kristen said about it would have been nice if this happened while he was still around. Like when I was as you said that the first thing that came to mind for me was the Prince stories for Chappelle's show
Hmm.
and how the joke was so funny that Prince went as far as to have one of his album covers Chappelle doing the pancakes, and I was like, see, that's the type of thing when you you put somebody on a pedestal and they love it so much, they love the attention so much that they give it back to you. I think that this would have been really cool for Prince to have his face and persona of the Joker in print, because 9 chances out of 10 he would have went in and was like talked to Marvel, was like, okay guys, so
Talk
I
to who?
really like what you've done with my character, so I'd like to use myself for another album cover.
Talk to who? Talk
Hmm?
to who?
Talking about
Marvel. Oh, DC.
One, you're
Ugh.
fired. Two, I don't know if this would have been allowed if he was alive.
right, because no shade, Prince. He was very much so about his brand.
He protected his
So
brand. Yeah.
That and
I,
Warner Brothers, he's not a fan.
because
why wasn't he?
Oh, is it the music?
didn't
Yeah,
they have a hand? Didn't they have a
that
hand
was the record
in?
company he was with.
Yeah.
That's why he
Uh
had
huh.
Slave on the side of his face, right?
Hmm.
So
Uh,
So my thing is this: like, did his estate like approve of this? Like, who's in charge of his estate?
well, at
the
this point, I'm sure. But I mean, even though DC is technically
Separate entity of
yeah,
Warner
but
Brothers.
they're in bed together though. That's
Hmm.
yeah,
the
I
whole
could.
thing. And
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
So let's just say in a perfect world that DC reached out to Prince and Prince was like, "Cool, all right, let's do it." I think he would enjoy the moment because of all the work that he put into doing the music for Batman.
Hmm.
I think he would have had more input in it though.
Well, what do you think is missing that he would have addressed or added to it?
I think he would have went with the whole half and half character. It wouldn't have just been like he literally would have been playing both sides, and both sides would have had
Hmm.
to just deal with it.
Hmm.
I mean,
Now
that's what it is in the
that's
music video too. It's just like, why he'd
Hmm.
probably be like, why would I change that? Like that is what the
oh.
association is.
So pretty much having a half face. So pretty much be working for Two Face as well as
Well, not Two Face, but
Joker.
Batman and
Batman and Joker.
Joker.
Him working for Batman and Joker?
Uh-huh.
The whole thing of him having the two faces, he
Yeah.
was both Batman and Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that is
was there
true.
was Bat Dance, right? Was that the song?
That was the other song, yeah.
Yeah, Bat Dance.
Yeah.
So in any way, I think this is cool. Um, I'm trying to think who
You think
else.
his name will be Party Man?
That'll be perfect. That'll be perfectly
That would,
fitting.
yeah, that would fit. And his
Mhm.
line would be, "Let's get this party started," and then kill everybody.
That was such a Tim line.
You want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts. Right. Where can I watch? I'm trying to think of where can I watch the first Batman or Batman Returns?
HBO.
HBO Max. All of them are
Okay,
on there.
cool.
What was I going to say? There was something I was going to say. Michael Keaton says like, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts," right?
Mhm.
And
Yep.
in Batman, and Christian Bale says, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts" in American Psycho. Christian Bale played Batman late,
He does.
like right after he was Patrick Bateman, and I was like, that's so funny because I was watching American Psycho and I was like, that's the same line that Michael Keaton
Is that considered
says.
synchronicity?
Hmm?
Is that considered synchronicity?
I don't know what you mean by synchronicity.
Well, you have things that are coincidence,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have things that a whole bunch of stuff just lines up too well, and is considered synchronicity.
It might be synchronicity in terms of the universe foreshadowing that Christian Bale would once again play a murderous billionaire playboy.
American Psycho.
Yeah, because he did American Psycho, what, like 3 years before Batman, something like that. Oh, and look, the other thing that I pointed out to one of my friends the other day, she was like, no, Christian Bale is Batman, and Jared Leto, who Christian Bale kills in American Psycho, is Joker.
Often forget he was in that movie.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with synchronicity.
Good job.
Yeah, I like that. I haven't heard of that before. That's kind of cool. Okay, yeah, let's do synchronicity. Let's say that.
All right. So, anyone else needs to be in Joker's gang that you could think of?
I don't know about Joker's gang, but another picture I saw looks like they're having Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
So-
Yeah, the half and half. Real quick, his name is Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, that's what
Bateman. Yeah, Batman. Bateman.
Oh, yes, it is like one letter off. Oh.
Wow.
Synchronicity.
Good job.
See, you too can be an English teacher.
Who?
These two down. These two here on my for me, they're on the bottom of my screen.
I
Well,
don't have the patience. I'd go to prison.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't.
well, it sounds like you're advertising to try to go.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I'll get my health care a different way. Stick with what I got. Although I will say that when I went to get my shot today, they were like, okay, so you're going to go into the holding cell for 15 minutes to make sure nothing happens. And I said, excuse me? And they were like, the holding cell. I'm sorry, we don't know what else to call it. We're calling it the holding cell. I'm like, can you please come up with a different name?
Please, like
all these black and brown people who are sitting here
Yeah,
about
we
to
just
go
said
in this
waiting
one
room.
room. Right. It's like you could just be like waiting area, lobby. Like just she said holding cell. Oh, school to prison pipeline at work.
Talking about things that need a change. Illinois representative wants to ban all violent video games. Here we go again.
What year is this?
So, apparently, GTA 5 got on some person's radar, and now they want to go back and do the whole thing of, yeah, let's go on ahead and ban some video games, because, of course, that's going to solve everything.
everything.
So, I'll start off with Chico on this one, because, yeah, why not? So, something or nothing.
I get it. It's Chicago, but seriously, video games. You're gonna blame it. Video games.
Right.
You can't blame it on the real thing of systemic racism and all of it. Ooh, I'm sorry.
Not the corruption, not the police corruption that's been happening for decades. Nope. Can't be that.
Never.
I mean, wasn't there problems before GTA was brought in? Wasn't GTA kind of a
reflective of their problems.
Well,
Mm,
I don't
yeah,
know that it's
the
a
general
reflection.
lifestyle. I mean, not necessarily Illinois, but
Mm.
you know, it's,
They should stop. Just stop it. Get a hobby. Like
Play a video game.
play a video game.
Uh, I think I'll jump in real quick and then I'll
that
toss it
Michael
back up to.
Jordan, Jeff. Stop it. Get some
Get some
help.
help.
So I'm watching this really great series right now on Vice, called Reset, the unofficial guide to video games. And
The one that Cal was talking about.
yes, it is. And one of the episodes talk about the whole thing of video games coming out of war games, out of the military. So a lot of the things that we know as far as like multiplayer and online and all of that came out of military because they needed to have ways of connecting troops and soldiers and stuff to do simulation without them necessarily being in the same space. Hence, we now have all this online multiplayer with like Team Fortress and Call of Duty and all these other types of things.
Like toys.
For the most part, yeah, just like the toys. So,
No, I'm talking about the movie with Robin Williams.
yeah, that's
Okay.
toys. Yeah. So the whole thing of this conversation again coming up of trying to ban video games because supposedly they attribute to the violence of humanity. I mean, okay, correct me on this, English teacher. Sex and violence, is it not in Shakespeare?
Of course.
Um, let's see. Who can I
Look, you want to pull out a really specific example?
go for it?
My favorite play by Shakespeare, which don't judge me based on what I'm about to say. There is a young lady. It's on the play is called Titus Andronicus, and the young lady in the play named Lavinia is I think she's walking through the woods or something, and her potential stepbrothers or something. Um, they're the sons of this woman Tamra, who is about to marry the king, and it's just like this whole ruckus because she's a Moor, which means she's
Yeah.
a brown person.
Yes.
And in order to like get back at the family or something, the two brothers find Lavinia in the woods, rape her, cut off her hands, and cut out her tongue so that she can't write down what it is that they did to her and who they are, and so that she can't say it out loud either. And so she learns, I think it's with her feet, I could be wrong, how to weave a tapestry that says who did it to her. And that's in one Shakespeare play. And you're not even supposed to say the name of the Scottish play. So I'm not going to say the name of the Scottish play because it's one of the bloodiest plays in literary history.
And with that, that's taken on as being artistic and expressive and all the good adjectives that you could think of.
But you're reading it, you're not watching it.
But being in the act of playing a video game, well, let's just say that we go for something that does have some violence with it. I'm gonna go a little further deeper than GTA. Let's say Doom. So the whole thing with Doom is you're going into hell and you're shooting all these demons and stuff and all that, and there's a ton of gore and you're cutting up this and you're blasting up that. And those aren't humans. They're human inspired looking creatures or whatever. But it is the violence is ratcheted up. The thing that catches me about this is lawmakers that don't play games see all of this stuff as being a detriment to society. Yet, they're the ones that are gamers, the Congress people that are gamers, like AOC and the one that's out of not Mississippi, Minnesota. I'm sorry, I can't think of her name right now, but she was on Instagram like showing her rig that she just built. That thing was amazing. Um, a younger congressperson understands what games are, and they're not out there trying to hurt anyone. In fact, people came to Washington on January 6th and was trying to hurt them. So, where's the ban on that? So this is all nonsense, and I hope it doesn't pass because what it's going to do is just set this whole big thing in motion. They already went and did the rating system.
Ilhan Omar.
The congressperson.
Yeah, Ilhan Abdullah.
Yes.
Abdullahi Omar. Yeah,
I believe that's her name.
Mm-hmm.
Avid
And
gamer.
they're both brown.
Yeah. I would love to see who the person is, the Illinois rep that was like, yeah, we need to ban violent video games, because I'm almost certain this person probably doesn't fit within the world of a gamer or even a casual gamer to even say that a violent video game is something that needs to be banned. So I think you're gonna love this. I think they need to.
Marcus C. Evans Jr.
Huh?
That's the one who filed.
I'll have to look that person up. But yeah, they need to drain the swamp. Because this is just utterly ridiculous.
Oh no. It's one of us.
Mm-hmm. His name is Marcus.
Marcus. Let's look up Marcus.
Marcus.
No, I'm looking at him now.
Yeah, you are, but the audience isn't. I got it.
You got it? Okay.
I got Marcus.
Look, my computer won't let you see him because that's just how wrong he is.
Oh, I got Marcus. Yeah. So,
Oh, and he's a Democrat.
Marcus looked like he played video games at some point and then lost his way.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, I like how you gave him a whole backstory.
He was playing GTA Online and some little kid just beat him down, and now he mad.
Somebody cursed him out.
Big man.
They teabagged him or something.
I don't want to play no more. In fact, none of y'all can play no more.
Somebody was playing Madden. And then he went to GTA. Well, in any instance, though, I think that this is a bad look, even if it's trying to look out for the citizens of Chicago. But Chicago has much bigger problems than who's playing GTA, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, Chris.
It's trash. Like, really? Video games? Yeah, sir. Find, like I said, find a hobby. No, this isn't it. As far as influence and things of that nature. I think Chris is frozen. Oh!
No, that's my look of disgust.
She was like really still like a cat.
Yeah, I thought you were frozen. I thought your computer froze up.
I'm like Drax. Can't see me.
Oh God.
My movements are so subtle.
Right.
I've been here for an hour.
We can see you eating your chips.
Hi, Drax. Damn it. Sorry, I just watched Infinity War. I watched Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame in a row yesterday.
I need to watch Civil War.
See? Hobby.
All right,
and
Kristen.
all those are wars. All those are violent.
So, since you're a part of the education system in a way where, you're having to see kind of this thing play out, what's your feelings? What's your thoughts?
It's stupid.
So about that,
Go ahead.
So I work with the little people.
Yes,
So
the
here's
kiddies.
my thing. Right. So my whole thing is like, no, do I think that these little kids should be playing it? Absolutely not.
Right, and
Um,
that's what I'm looking at because the bill is to have it be that those kinds of video games can't be sold to minors. That's what the
They're not
bill
supposed to be
is.
so
sold to minors because it's
They're not sold
17
to
and
minors.
17 and
Right.
up.
But that's why I'm like, what is this?
because my whole thing is this: like, how are you really going to stop minors from buying it when most of the time games are purchased digitally, and most of the times the kids like let's just keep it 100. Knowing parents, today's parents, kid goes, "Hey, can I get Mass Effect 4, please?" Sure, go ahead. Like it's already like as long as they ask for permission, they're gonna say yes because guess what? Mom or dad's credit card or
It's
bank
already
card
stored.
is already stored. They just gotta ask for they just gotta ask for permission. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Or forgiveness.
Yeah.
Because they just go, some just gonna go in anyway.
right,
To do
exactly. I'm
it.
gonna
So
buy
here's
it.
my question: with they're saying they're doing this because of the increase of carjacking.
Yeah.
Do they are these minors taking cars? I mean, what's going on? What
Well, I'm looking a little deeper, and it's saying that there have been 218 carjackings in just in 1 month,
and
like in
they
January.
think that that's GTA that's teaching them how to do it.
Like
In
dog.
the
Right.
games, all you're doing, you walk up to a car and you open a door, and all of a sudden you have it. Are they
Right.
saying that in
Their
Chicago
argument is
town?
it's
Hold on.
that they're
Are they saying in Chicago town it's that easy to go and get a car that you can do it the same way you could do it in GTA? That it's teaching you to carjack?
Mm.
I don't think
it's
so.
teaching you the ideas what they're saying, but that's not even what actually that's not what they're saying. What this representative is arguing is that these kinds of video games depict simulations where psychological harm can come to the viewer, and it's because it's a carjacking and not a car theft. Like it's not you stealing a car; it's you
It's
taking a car from somebody
you're
else.
criminalizing someone, or oh, that's not
Yeah,
the
Mm.
word. This is the word.
I know
Maybe
what
it
you
is. Yeah,
mean.
yeah,
But yeah, like it's an assault basically.
yeah,
Attached to it's a violent crime basically, and so that's what his argument is that it depicts behaviors that would inflict psychological harm onto the players. And
yeah.
and they're like, especially in our communities where we see stuff like this. I'm like, I I don't think people understand how psychology works, and they really just throw around
Stuff all willy
psychological
nilly.
blah blah blah
Mm-hmm.
to get what
All
they
willy
want.
nilly.
I
Yeah, and it frustrates me because you said this thing about me being a teacher. There, it's almost like I don't want to say that it's this number exactly, but it's almost like for every like 19 studies or something like that that show that violent video games have no effect,
mm-hmm.
like no negative effect. There's like one study,
And
and it's usually a
all you need
small
is
study.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's always a small study. A lot of times it doesn't have psychological, doesn't have scientific backing. It doesn't consider the alternate point of view, which is technically supposed to weaken its argument. But we did see what we ended up with for the last 4 years. So, not everybody reads the way that they're supposed to, or thinks things through the way that they are supposed to. And I just mean that I mean that in terms of like, is what you're addressing, or I'm sorry, is what you're saying is the problem the actual problem, or is that the easiest thing for you to pin it on?
Exactly. So I'm going to throw this out there because I know, as far as anyone that watches us, or anyone that's a gamer for that matter, feels probably the same way as we do. That the scapegoat of video
Scapegoat.
games is ridiculous, especially in politics, because it's like things that are generationally different doesn't necessarily mean, especially in situations like this, that whatever they feel is the problem is the problem. Like, I'm interested in who Marcus is now because now he's on my radar, and I'm going to look him up, and I'm going to look at his policies. I'm going to try to see what he's voted yes on, what he's voted no on, because
Watch out, Marcus. He's coming for you.
because now he's
Oh, that was great.
he's
Oh,
on
man.
the list. It's like there's certain people who take liberties in trying to find ways to pass the buck. And I'm tired of video games as being one of them. I'm tired of movies as being one of them. I'm tired of music as being one of them. It's art should be left alone. Parents should parent. Politicians should govern. And
Correctly.
correctly.
That part.
Thank you. And if there's things that's broken in the system, fix those things that's broken in the system, but don't just find something to say that thing is it, and then it's not it, because you got the science to back it up, you got society to back it up, and whatever other thing you could find to show that there's systems in place in order to prevent these things from happening, like having these games sold to minors and all that. Stop throwing video games as like the reason for something to be wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would rather him say that he came to this conclusion because when they did an intake assessment of all the people who were arrested for the 218 carjackings, that
They were
within the
minors.
last 24 hours, 200 of them had played GTA. I would have rather have seen something
Yep.
like that, like
Something
having.
empirical.
Yes.
No, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that because that
Nah.
would be
That'd
would
be work.
be exactly. And the thing is, like,
I have a question, because I don't buy games, obviously, and if I did, I don't even know if they would be online because I don't even think I have a system that goes online. I don't know. It would probably be pointless for me to try and play
It depends.
online through that system.
It depends. But go ahead.
But my point is, like, when they sell games, whether it's online or in person, doesn't the state get the sales tax?
Absolutely.
So wouldn't that decrease the amount of money that they get if they take away the sale of those kinds of games? Because that's a large number of the games that are available that are played by so many people.
I don't know that it's significant enough for it to be missed. I don't know.
In
I
Chicago,
don't know enough.
apparently.
No,
But
apparently.
my whole thing is this: how are you going to even, like, once again, if I'm buying a game from my computer or from
There's ways to restrict it, but that comes down to parenting. That's not necessarily a system-wide thing. Like if, let's say, you leave your card on your Xbox and anyone that's good on that system can buy a game, you can prevent certain accounts from having access to
I'm
it.
not talking
That's
about
not what
that.
it is.
Go ahead.
I'm talking about the state.
Okay.
Like, I'm in DC,
Yep.
right? Say if DC created this ban at this and the third, how are you going to know I'm not a DC? I'm in another. Like, how are you going to decipher what state I'm in? You can't. You know what I'm saying?
Try,
like, and
try
if
that
you do,
again. I'm missing
Well,
something.
doesn't
Okay,
it send it
so
to your, like, can't they tell by your IP address, like, where it's coming from?
Yeah, but
Possibly.
you can use
A
VPN.
Yeah, you can spoof it.
VPN.
Yeah.
Mm,
They would have to dig deep and see how you paid for it and check the
Right.
area code in which the card is attached to. But
and
that's
who's
a lot.
really doing all of that?
So let me get this straight. So when you're 18, you can go into the military,
Yes.
you can drive a car, you can
Yes.
buy a gun, you
Yes.
can watch porn,
Yes.
you can make porn,
Yes.
but you can't buy a video game.
No, at 18 you can. At 17
No, I'm just
you
saying,
can't.
like, well, because I'm looking deeper into it, and now
Yeah.
it's saying that he wants to. It actually says that he wants to ban the sale to anyone. Anyone. He wants to amend it so that I got it wrong. He doesn't want. He wants to amend it so that it's not just that they can't be sold to minors. They can't be sold to anybody.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. So if that were to go through, he said, cool, you can go to war. You can sacrifice your life for us. You can go and buy a gun and you can shoot up a movie theater. You can shoot up a concert. Sure, we'll let you drive this car, which could be used in like vehicular homicide or whatever. You can do all these. You can take off your clothes and make money from it, but you can't buy a game that features carjacking.
You can go to Washington and take back your government. Yeah.
And not get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, 150 people, Chaba, like we all saw how many people were out there. And it could have easily, and many of them could have easily been identified. But we went with 150 people. Because that's the only you can really find.
I don't think they realize exactly how many games you'd have to deal with.
Yeah.
Because GTA ain't the only one.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many games that fit that very vague description that's given.
Mm-hmm.
So who's policing all that? Now you want to use people's money to police that kind of thing? Shouldn't that money go somewhere else?
Well, you know,
it would be
Chicago.
Nice.
Maybe some community programs to help uplift the community that has been affected by these 218 carjackings in a single month.
It's Chicago.
It's easier to pass the buck on a game than it is to build infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, infrastructure isn't as important.
Not Chicago. I'm tripping. Illinois. I'm tripping.
Well, Chicago,
right.
Yes.
I mean, I guess when I think of Chicago, I'm thinking about the police. Like, so it's like, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, policing has gotten very politicized in Chicago in particular. It has become more about politics than about protection.
Yeah. So
that's why I stand with Jesse.
I could dig it.
Still stand with
Jesse. Jesse or Jussie?
Jussie.
Small
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just making sure I'm hearing the right name. Look, y'all know I'm all into the Chicago stuff right now because Chicago 1 on Wednesdays is Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. I am all up in Chicago these days. It is ridiculous. Got my man Leroyce Hawkins on there too, looking like a Chicago M'Baku.
So
yeah, there's some shady.
I'm gonna wrap on this with one thought, and it's a super simple thought. Take your hands off my games. That's all I gotta say. You
take my hands off my.
Good. I'm glad you got it. All right. So let's wrap on the event of the week. WandaVision. Okay, so
it's the last one coming up, right?
Yeah, it's about to be done. So, I love what they've done with WandaVision. So I'm gonna go a couple weeks back to something I said that Chris kind of tempered for me, and that was my whole thing of my fear of these shows messing up characters and worlds and all that type of stuff. So I want to make sure that I'm on camera to say this. I feel like I have nothing to worry about at all. 150%. After this week's,
I would just like to point out that I said that too.
And Kristen.
And with that statement, he's doomed us all.
Yes, and now it's gonna.
Oh,
yes,
no.
Yes, everything's gonna be bad moving forward. Yes.
You
All
got
right.
a fine piece of wood to knock on.
I got stone in front of me, so that doesn't work. And this is plywood, so that doesn't work either. All right. Yeah. So, WandaVision this week. We now know about Agatha, and
We've been known about Agatha.
yeah, it
They
was
act like we
Agatha.
ain't gonna figure that out.
It was all along. It was her.
All along.
So, I'm just gonna toss this one up. Anybody jump at it? What did you think about this week's show?
It was on point. Like I like how it explored many like it cleared up a lot of things. Well, not even so cleared up. Like
Did it clear up? Because I told you, I was
No.
like, I have more questions now.
well, see, okay, so they talked about like there was questions. So in was it Infinity War? I think it was Infinity War. Or no, Age of Ultron. So in that one, it talked about how when they were under the bed, where her and Pietro was under the bed, and they waited for the
Stark
The missile to
Industries
go
missile.
the missile to go off, and they just stood there and it never went off. You know what I'm saying? And how it embedded Stark inside of their heads.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What else? What else did that? It talked about it showed us why these TV shows, these different shows meant so much to her. Even
Yep.
like while the missile was right there, there's a TV still hooked up, still going, still playing.
Which I'm wondering, that was one of my questions. How?
I mean,
Because they had good reception back then.
Well, what was it plugged into?
It was plugged into the DVD player.
It was probably the whatchamacallit was still, the electricity wasn't completely out.
Might have been battery powered.
Right. This is all types of things. Agatha, and I granted, I know some questions was brought about how is Agatha able to take all of this energy from the other witches, to me, I think, what is it? What's his name?
Dormammu?
What's his name?
I would say
she's just saying something. She's just talking.
The guy with the M.
No, because he's from the dark universe or whatever, and like
the devil, pretty much. Like, yeah, the devil, whoever.
Mephisto.
Mephisto's the devil one.
Right, exactly.
Dormammu's from Doctor Strange.
Right, Mephisto. So Mephisto, she got her power. Got her original power from Mephisto, and was able to, pull all while they tried to take her power, she ended up taking their powers. So Mephisto, that's probably going to be explained in this, series ending. Oh God.
That sounded painful for you.
Right, because it's like, what am I going to do with my Fridays?
It's like you're going to miss a friend.
Dude, what am I going to do Friday morning before I start work?
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
When does that start?
March 6th, no, 18th, something like that.
Oh, so that might be
next week or week after next.
So it might lead right into it.
Okay,
I want to say it's March. No, March 18th is when Justice League comes out.
Okay, so that'll bring forth some type of happiness. So listen, y'all don't understand. So then there was different things. Like I felt like there was it explained, like when she went and got Vision's body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all of that. Like
that was a magic trick as well.
But didn't actually get his body.
Right. That was a whole magic trick where they had us think one thing and it was really something else.
Hayward.
Hold on, wait, I'm confused. What do you mean?
Who, me?
She didn't take his body.
Yeah. The
Right.
Yeah.
Hayward manipulated the footage.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The way he presented it to make it look like
she stole the body when actually she manifested the body.
Right. Yeah.
Which led me to a whole different question.
Which was?
How did Sword get the body?
It was still on the field of battle, because I don't think anybody
Where was the
recovered
battlefield?
Wakanda.
in
Wakanda. Ooh.
How they get
But
in Wakanda?
Ooh.
Uh, I tell you how they did it.
Who
I
in
tell you, I tell
Wakanda
you, I
is
tell
gonna
you how
let
they did it. It was that
a
colonizer.
synthetic?
Which one?
wow,
Which
he
one?
he went after the Hobbit. Hey,
Yeah, it was
This-
him.
he went after the Hobbit. That's
Uh,
so sad.
no,
There's so
it
many.
probably
But
was
that
a
didn't
dude.
seem weird to anybody else because I was
Well,
like,
see, now
I
that
didn't
you,
even think about that,
yeah,
but
me
like
either. You
that and the price he said Vision was worth seemed kind of low considering
3
he's made it
billion.
by. Oh, he did say billion.
Yeah, billion.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
Wait a
I
minute.
A
Wait a
thought
minute.
he
B.
Wait a
said.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
He
minute.
said
Wait a
he's worth.
minute.
You think I'm just gonna let $3 billion worth of
Right.
vibranium? Just,
Okay, I thought he said million. I was like,
No.
I'm sitting there on a calculator.
Wait a minute.
Wait
Hold
a
up.
minute.
Chris, what's up?
So the snap.
Yes, Wanda
Mhm.
was taken by the snap.
Wanda was taken by the snap. Wasn't
Yeah.
the Vision taken by the snap too?
No,
No.
he was
Vision
he
was
was
dead
up
already.
behind.
Because he's a synthezoid.
For the
Is that how you
second
say
time.
it? Yeah. So it was just
Okay.
his corpse
Got you.
that was there
Yeah.
because Captain America is actually like kind of leaning right next to him on the ground at the end of Infinity War. So I'm like,
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of is that they were planning on taking Vision's body back,
Mm-hmm.
like Cap maybe made a decision or Rhodey or something, hoping that I keep want to say RDJ, Tony Stark would come back or like because they still have Bruce Banner and Bruce Banner helped create Ultron and then the whole Jarvis and now all of that. So maybe there was like some sort of goal of like what to do with it, but that they got hijacked by Sword. Who is the missing person?
Yeah, they still ain't explained that yet.
Can we
And
please talk about who the missing person is and how it's probably the rabbit and the rabbit is Ralph? It's not.
Well, the rabbit's
but I
supposed
just
to be
think
a
it's
cat.
funny.
Well, Ralph the Rabbit. I mean,
I was like, it is a magic trick. Maybe she's pulling the rabbit out of her head.
yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, this last episode created so many more questions for me. Where is Pietro?
Pietro's
Where
the
is
rabbit.
Monica?
Well, Pietro, like she was controlling that, so it was like I don't know if it was an illusion or.
Pietro's the
he got-
rabbit.
But remember he saw Monica?
Yeah.
What
Oh,
did
you
he
mean
do
while
with
they
her?
were standing at the door?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, but
right.
what did he do with her when he found her? We haven't seen either of them since that.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't know. We don't know where in time that's happened. We know it happened, but we don't know if that's happening in real time from when Wanda and Agnes are talking. If that's
Because for all
before,
we know,
during,
they
or
could be in
after.
the house.
Yeah.
It could be what?
They could be in the house. They could have gone into the house as they were leaving through the time doors.
I don't even know if that has to do with what I'm saying. Cause to me, it really is just like, but still, the question is, where are they?
I think that's going to be revealed in the next
Well, yeah,
episode.
they've got to.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they kind of have to, don't they?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Monica is clearly at this point photon. So
She's very close. Yeah.
I mean, she's
Mhm.
got all of that going on. So it's some sort of closeness, like time wise, to what's going on with Agatha and what is her name? Not Elizabeth Olsen. What's the character's name? Wanda. Thank
Scarlet
you.
Witch.
I always think of that part too at the end. I was a little, it was a little anticlimactic for me when she said, "You are the Scarlet Witch." Like, okay, boo. Claps. Yes, we brought over Fox language to Marvel Studios. Claps for you. Claps and snaps. Thank you.
Took a while, but you know.
Yeah, I was like, okay, we get it. There's going to be the crossover. I read online, you guys, and I don't know if this is true, but they said Paul Bettany has been trolling us for the last like 7 or 8 weeks by saying there's this huge cameo that's coming up, and Paul Bettany was like, it's an actor that I've always wanted to work with. I have a lot of respect for them, and they're just quite the thespian, blah blah blah. And then at the end of the episode, or like in the mid credits, you see that the White Vision is there, and so they were like, "Is Paul Bettany trolling us?" And the surprise cameo is just the White Vision, and Paul Bettany is talking about himself being a great actor. I was like, leave this man alone. Because I do wonder if it's not Pietro who was the big cameo that was alluded to. Who's the big cameo? Because people are saying Professor X. And I'm like,
tell you who it is.
Who?
It's gonna be someone from X-Men.
Sorry.
And I'm hedging my bets that it's going to be Jean Grey.
Really?
Like Sophia Turner's Jean Grey, or just Jean Grey period?
I'm saying just Jean Grey for right now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Reason I'm leaning on Jean Grey, and it's far fetched for Jean Grey, is because of Patrick Stewart saying that he wasn't coming back as Professor Xavier, and he would have been the person I would have picked. So the next closest one that I could think of that's a powerful mutant that could have the ability to see beyond her universe is the Phoenix. So I'm 90% like it's not going to happen, but I'm hedging my 10% on that.
But what if it's not Patrick Stewart and it's James McAvoy?
Then I go back to Professor Xavier.
Because I'm like, I was thinking Magneto, but because like I was thinking Magneto because of what Paul Bettany said.
Oh, because
like
of how father.
Yeah, and the fact that like Ian McKellen is like obviously a very well respected actor, but even Michael Fassbender is highly respected. And they were pointing out on one of the sites I was looking at that the way that Wanda turned all the guns.
Yeah, it was a Magneto thing.
Yeah, that was a Magneto move.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Ooh, that's more evidence for Magneto." But then there's also, okay, so somebody has to clarify this for me because y'all know I don't really read comics like that. Who
Chico.
is Nightmare?
It's one of those dream characters, villainess type thing, dealt with Sleepwalker and a few other characters. He's more of a Doctor Strange type of thing.
That makes me more intrigued now that you've said that. Because the word nightmare has come up in a couple of the episodes. And so...
Which leads to my pick is Paul Bentley hasn't worked with Benedict Cumberbatch.
He hasn't? Has he had any screen time
No, because
at
the
all?
Vision is gone in Endgame. And everybody but the Vision and Black Widow, and I guess technically Gamora. No, just Black Widow and
in part one of the Infinity War, Strange was up in space.
Yeah, but I'm saying like at the end when they say like, oh, like all the Avengers are here and back together. Oh, I'm forgetting I'm on camera. I'm just taking my hair down. Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch is in that final scene in Endgame, but Paul Bettany is not. So you might be right, Chico. It might be that it's Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch is a fantastic actor.
So I have another guess as to who it might be. Because it just came to me. Benedict Cumberbatch. Because they have not acted in a scene together yet. They have not performed in a scene together yet. So
thank you for watching. This is ILNL.
I think that's who I think it might be.
Let's stop it right here because we just lost everybody.
Thank you, Melania Trump. Anyway,
this is ILNL. Yes.
The other thought was dude that left in in the Doctor Strange movie, the one that was like, you know what, forget all this.
Wong? No, oh,
No.
Chiwetel. Chiwetel
Yes.
Ejiofor's character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because didn't he go to whatchamacallit, Benjamin Bratt's character, who was like using the magic to make himself walk?
Yeah.
Didn't he like take the power back from him, or
Yeah,
he
he
destroyed him or something for using the power
Mhm.
correctly?
Yes.
See, this is why I brought up Dormammu, because if you look at Dormammu, he's purple, his energy is purple, and that's why I was saying, could there be some sort of connection between the dark world or whatever, like the dark magic? Because isn't it dark magic that
Agatha.
Dormammu is
It's
wherever?
chaos magic.
Yeah, and that's why like Caecilius and all his people, like, they looked all crazy because they were pulling their magic from Dormammu's realm, whatever. I don't know what to call these things. That's why I thought maybe Agatha could somehow, maybe, especially since she's using purple magic energy, she could be connected to Dormammu, and then Dormammu is connected to Doctor Strange. So that's where that came from when Tim was saying I was just saying words. That's why I brought up Dormammu. You
Well,
see?
at least you're not repeating words, so there's that.
Boom.
So
Copy paste.
exactly. Control Alt Delete Kristen. All right.
You're gonna lose half your viewership.
Yeah, probably. That's all right.
Absolutely not. Especially not looking like this.
That's okay. That's what we have this for.
Oh, good grief.
Oh God.
We'll get all of our monies back.
Look, Gorilla Tape is holding the front part of my car together.
And on that note, we'll go ahead and end the show there. So thank you,
Put your
Gorilla
Cash
Glue.
App out there if somebody wants to donate.
Yes, one of my Kristen 915.
Wow.
It's my Cash App.
So send all the Gorilla Glue that you can to Kristen 9115. Whatever.
Just 915.
915.
Or just send me the
915.
money for Gorilla Glue. Don't send me Gorilla Glue. Send me the money for it.
Nah. Send the glue. All right. Let's go ahead and close the show out. Thank you all for watching. Kristen. For Chico. And for Chris with the neutral background and the microphone.
2 turntables and a microphone. Where is that?
And for myself, Tim, as always, guys, thank you for watching YouTube. Subscribe and hit the alert button for new episodes. If you're on Facebook, don't forget to like the page and join the group so you get all the cool stuff. We got so much swag. It is coming out of our ears. Go to ilovenerdlife.com to go and get yours. And with that, I think that's everything. And this is Uno. Check you next time.
See? Finally, it's happened to someone else.